Hello everyone and welcome back to Quick Review. After a really long time I decided to make another video, and today I'm going to be talking about Fujinon 55-200 zoom lens. I have to say this is not a full-blown review, but more like a first impressions after about 5 months of ownership. This video is not going to be about detailed technical specs either, because you can find this information absolutely everywhere on the internet, but I will mention some really basic stuff. So let's start with that. Fujifilm came with this lens back in 2013. It's still in production, and in 35mm world this will be equivalent to 80-300mm range. It is a variable aperture lens. It ranges from 3.5 at 55mm to 4.8 on 200mm, that long end. The lens weighs 633 grams, and it is equipped with image stabilization, which by the way works absolutely beautifully, but lens unfortunately is not weather sealed. So let's talk about build quality and how this lens looks and feels. Like many other Fujinon XF series lenses, 55-200 is built solid. Thanks to metal body and high quality plastic, the lens feels actually much more expensive. Although the lens extends when zooming, the front element does not rotate, and this is definitely a good thing, especially if you're planning to use, for example, circular polarizing filters. Personally, I think this lens is well balanced. The focusing ring is super smooth and is really a pleasure to use. Like many other Fujinon XF series lenses, you have a dedicated aperture ring. Each click on this lens corresponds to a third of the stop, and I think that can be changed as well. Unfortunately, the ring does not come with the numeral markings, therefore aperture values must be assessed through the camera screen, which again, it's really not a big deal. The lens comes with two switches, one for aperture control, which can be set auto or manual, and the other for image stabilization, which again can be on or off. So if you're a Fuji shooter, this is pretty much the standard stuff. So how about autofocusing and image stabilization? The internal focusing motor is completely silent, I can tell you that much. The lens can be used for video shooting without any problems. The autofocusing speed on my X-T2 is excellent, although I think it might be even better on newer cameras like the X-T3, X-T30, and the newest one, X Pro 3. The optical image stabilization is once again like outstanding feature, and I believe that Fuji claims it can save you 4.5 stops of light. I shot this in low light conditions and they're pretty much right on that mark. Image stabilization is extremely helpful, especially when you're shooting indoors in low light conditions. So having the lens with image stabilization in this range is absolutely a must. By the way, the system is almost 100% silent. Okay, so let's talk about the important things like image quality. Contrary to some usual subject that you will shoot with this lens, I use my 55-200 for street photography, believe it or not. The focal range offers a great object separation, and its long reach ensures that you're not intimidating your subject, and in many cases people aren't even aware they've been photographed. The lens sharpness is impressive, especially in a range between 55 and 135mm. In my opinion, it peaks around 100. At 200, the sharpness is still okay. Images are definitely usable, but you might need some sharpening done in post-production. All said and done, I still consider this lens to be one of the sharpest zoom lenses in Fuji's arsenal. 55-200 renders colors really well. Beside those custom profiles, the zoom lens produces very unique photos with distinct look and feel. It is resistant to flaring, and purple fringing is literally non-existent. Okay, let's summarize. In my opinion, Fujinon 55-200 is excellent general purpose zoom lens. The focal coverage can serve you so well in many different shooting situations. Between 55 and 70mm, for example, it can be a great portrait lens. It's sharp, it's contrasty, and bokeh quality is pretty darn good. If you're planning to shoot wildlife, nature, or sports, in daylight of course, this can be a perfect telephoto zoom. I gotta say that image stabilization alone is one of the best features of this lens. It compensates not only for slower apertures, but bulkier appearance as well. This will be one of the main reasons I purchased my copy. Except the slight image softness at very end of focal range at 200mm, I can't really point out any other imperfection or major flaw. I mean, the lens is not perfect, but you will be hard-pressed to find a better bang for your buck. By the way, I bought mine for $400 and it was in pretty decent shape. I will highly recommend this to any Fuji X shooter. This lens offers a whole lot of quality and value under one affordable price tag. Anyway, I hope you liked this video and found it somewhat helpful and informative. If you have any question or comment, don't forget to leave it down in the comment section. Please hit that like and subscribe button because it will help me making content like this in the future. Once again, thanks for watching and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.